There are about 5,000 basketball fans here tonight to watch this AAA final. The Nanticoke Trojans have been introduced, and so too has the Strong Vincent team, and we are moments away from tap-off in this boys AAA final. Ken White from Erie and Paul Olis, Joe Zone. We're ready to get this game going.
All right, ready for the tap-off. The officials are Jerry Bannon and Charles Mole and Wally Vogelsong, the alternate, ladies and gentlemen. We certainly hope you enjoy this live exclusive presentation right here, the 1985 AAA Championship. 1961, the Trojans last won a state championship. 1932, Erie Strong Vincent played in their only state championship, and that year they lost out to a team by the name of Old Ford. So,
it's been a long time for the Colonels, Paul, and you know they want the title tonight. Obviously, Nanticoke the same way. These fans are pumped. I can't believe it.
Well, they're hanging from the rafters, and the tip will go right to the Colonels. This is Mike Smith. Excellent ball handler, 6-foot senior guard, scored 172 points. Now, Nanticoke will go in their 2-1-2 zone defense, their pattern zone that they usually use. Sometimes they'll slip into a 1-2-2. And from the side, no good. That was Dickens missing, and we've got our first personal foul of the night.
Well, right off the bat, one of the concerns of Nanticoke coach Sil Basinski is the dominance that Strong Vincent has on the inside, and he's very concerned about not letting the game get out of hand inside.
Vincent's obviously a very physical team, Joe, and I think you'll see that especially on the defense. They play a very aggressive man-to-man defense. They're not afraid to crash the boards. You're right. We're going to see some elbow throwing and some pushing underneath there.
This is John Blanks, the 6'4 senior. 398 points and puts the Colonels on the board. 1-0. Averaging 13 a year. For the Colonels of Erie Strong Vincent, Mike Smith and Matt Harris, the guards. Dan Gianelli, John Blanks, the forward, and Anthony Dickens, the all-star at center. And it's a 2-0 ball game. For the Trojans, Kenny Shinsky and Paul Gafrovich are the guards. Steve Safka and Dave Horline, the forwards, with Ken Piankowski, the center. And there is Piankowski, a short jumper, misses, but tapped in.
Well, you talk about that dominance inside. Nanticoke did get in on that offensive board.
Look out.
Dickens crashing, and the foul against the Colonel. Johnny Blanks picks that one up.
Pace of check.
Let's take a look. It is not against the Colonels.
A little bit of wrist on that one. He's going to step into the foul line.
So the second team foul against the Trojans in a 2-2 ball game.
Anthony Dickens is line. What a fun player to watch play basketball. He's going to be participating in the Dapper Dan All-Star Classic down in Pittsburgh as part of the Pennsylvania All-Star team. And boy, he's a joy to watch. He's really got some good talent. He's got a great future ahead of him.
Dickens maybe with a little bit of butterflies in his stomach for the state championship, as all players do when they come into this spacious Hershey Park Arena. Second one up, and it's 3-2. Dickens with a career of 1,041 points, 481 this year. All the Division I teams looking him over. Has not decided where he will play as we watch it. Paul Gafrovich, the hero of the game in York Catholic. Basically, Sil Basinski will go with 5 men. Piankowski, Shinsky, Horlang, Gafrovich, and Safka. Way outside, Piankowski bombs away.
There you go right there. That is what Basinski believes will be the bread and butter and the key for Nanticoke tonight. Outside shooting.
Blanks an offensive foul.
Again, watch the outside shooting for Nanticoke. Basinski believes that will be the key for his team tonight. They have to be hot as you watch the drive here and the offensive foul, the charge call.
It's kicked off the fingers of guard Kenny Shinsky, and the Trojans turn it over.
Shinsky had that one go off his knee, and it's a turnover the other way.
So it's a 4-3 ball game.
I think it's a feeling out process still, guys. I don't think anybody's determined what they really want to do.
Nanticoke's plans, of course, is to seal everything off inside, force them with a perimeter shooting, and let's see if he does. It's a high archer, no good. And coming down, we've got a foul.
And Ken White, tell me if you agree, but Coach Basinski thinks that his game plan was if you can make Strong Vincent shoot from the outside, you've got a chance to be in the game because they're just not as accurate or as tough from the outside as they are playing inside.
No, and they can't compare outside shooting to Nanticoke. You've seen some of the touch already from the Nanticoke team. Vincent looks a little tentative. I think Paul hit it right on the head when he said they're trying to feel each other out. It's a slow process, and they're getting off to a relatively slow start.
Nanticoke by 1, 4-3. Gufrovich. There you see the man-to-man defense applied by Coach Peter Flynn's Colonels from the western part of the state, trying to win their first AAA championship. Been a long spell since 1932. And grabbing, there is Shinsky. 6-3. Now you'll notice Nanticoke coming out with a little bit of man-to-man, but quickly back off to set up into their 2-1-2 zone defense. Tipped around, Dickens inside, over the basket, and rebounded by Piankoski, and a foul on the way coming down. Johnny Blanks.
A good position by Piankoski to get inside, and that's really beating Strong Vincent at their own game. Now there's a nice pass right here. Just enough Nanticoke defense, though, to change the shot, and then Piankoski in there for the position and the bound and the foul.
Paul Gufrovich, the sophomore. There's a tip and a steal, and here he comes. This is Blanks. Look out. A little crashing against the canvas.
One thing about Vincent, you can't say they're a team that run, and you can't say they're a team that'll take time to set up. They mix it up relatively well. You really can't guess what they're going to do with the ball. And obviously with people like Anthony Dickens, they would like to get it underneath.
Shot by double deuce Matt Harris, no good, and that one's a good one.
That's one of the reasons why. He's got some power underneath there, and he displayed it on that play.
Well, he really did. He just cleared out the whole inside.
5 minutes to go in the first period. 6-5, Nanticoke. Well, that's a tight man-to-man defense applied. Inside, Shinsky's there, and underhands it, tap up again, no good, and we've got a whistle, and the foul this time is called on Horline.
I don't know if anybody knew where that foul was going to go. Both players quickly looked at the official, wondering who was going to be called on. There it is underneath, the tangle up right under the bottom of the hoop, and both of them staring at the official, waiting for the call.
Looked like a clean steal for Horline on that one. Smith in the corner, tapped around, in traffic, and he still finds a way to go up, but he's traveling. Anthony Dickens.
It's obvious, though, that this Strong Vincent team looks for a lot of ways to go inside and get those layups, and they've got a lot of movement with the ball.
This doesn't appear right now to be a high-scoring affair. At the end of the night, we'll see what transpires. In the meantime, as Horline, Shinsky in the corners, got the line, the range, but he misses. Rebounded by Piankoski, so they'll get the second shot inside. Horline again, missing twice. Rebounded Shinsky, they'll get a third shot. It's up, it's no good. And a little muscling around underneath.
Well, you can hear the slapping all the way over here when the players are going up for the rebounds. They're not holding anything back.
Well, one thing that does not look good if you're sitting on the sidelines at Silbazinski and you get 3 shots and 2 offensive boards and you don't get a hoop out of it, that is not a good thing to come away from, especially against a team that dominates inside like Strong Vincent.
Outside by Mike Smith. A little bit too strong off the glass board, but they'll get the second shot around, and it's a dandy one by Johnny Blanks.
Blanks can put the ball in the hole. He averages just under 14 points a game. He's done relatively well in the playoffs, too. Maybe this will get Vincent to settle down a little bit more and take the shots.
Wow.
What a touch.
8-7, Nanticoke by 1. Safka, not too much of a scorer. 192 points this year. Averaging 46 from the field. Nanticoke still in their basic 3-2 zone this time, and they give him the perimeter shot, and Joe and Ken, they're going to have to watch those outside shots. They're getting too much room, and it's now 9-8, Erie Strong Prep.
I still think, though, that's Brzezinski's and Nanticoke's strategy. Let them have that one.
I think you're right.
And a little air ball that time by Horline. So the Trojans a little careless on offense now with 3:05 remaining, and there's the steal, and here's the fast break, the first one of the night, and this is Horline. He wasn't intimidated that time at all.
Not at all. Smith tried to do for Vincent, take it all the way down to the other end of the, put it in the hole, but it didn't happen. Turned the ball over, and Nanticoke's got a pair. They're up by 1 again.
10-9 Trojans. All right, here we go. Another one, and now we're just seesawing back and forth with 11-10 now for Here he's Strong Vincent.
Matt Harris hitting the hoop, averaging 14 during the season. The playoffs, he's been hot. Oh, look at that.
Orline is not bashful, I'll tell you. Rather, Gofrovich is not bashful on that shot.
Well, he's one of the three. They've got three guys, Shinsky, Pinkoski, and Gofrovich. Those are the three scorers. They get 90% of the points for Nanticoke.
Seesawing, 1-point lead. Short range, misses, tapped up, and that one should count. It is.
John Blanks is sticking with it, putting up forth the second effort, putting the ball in the hole. Now it's 13-12. Vincent up again by 1. Seesaw affair thus far.
Less than 2 minutes to go. Orline has it lost, kicked out of bounds, and a foul call. Take a look right here.
And there's the foul reaching in against Strong Vincent.
Each team with 4 personal fouls, so we'll see some early foul line shooting in the first half. 13-12, the Colonels of Vincent leading. Minute 45 remaining in the first period. Piankowski looking for the open man. And a little bit too heavy off the heel of the rim. And here come the Colonels with a long, almost an alley-oop.
That's a nice looking play if they can make it happen. When it doesn't happen, it looks a little...
They made that happen so many times during the regular season, but here you might not want to try things like that this early in the ballgame, especially, mainly when you don't know your opponent. You don't know what they're capable of doing.
1-point lead for the Colonels. 13-12. Minute 24 remaining. Piankowski trying to settle down offensively. Over the head pass, inside, Shinsky goes up, off the rim, battle around, and the Colonels come off with the rebound now with 60 seconds remaining. Leading by 1. Gianelli rattles around, doesn't go, they'll get a second shot at it, and it counts.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Dickens is starting to dominate the game on the inside. He's getting them on both ends of the board. That has been a concern and was going to be a concern of Nanticoke.
So it's a 3-point lead for the Colonels of Vincent. Baseliner, an air ball by Shinsky. And the Colonels still get another shot. Smith shovels it off. And Dickens. 15-12, 25 seconds. Nanticoke, which a chance to come within 1 here if they can can a bucket at the end of the first period. See who's going to take the shot. The strong man from outside, 20 feet away.
And when your center's bombing from out there, that's going to loosen up your defense inside.
Harris with 4 seconds cans it.
Okay, the first period is history. It is 17-14. Here is Strong Vincent on top. We will be back with the second period after this.